So I talked about what we did in response to Katrina, which occurred in August of 2005, devastated the city. The tourism economy had to start rebuilding. It was kind of the first thing to get rebuilt because the core of our city, the French Quarter, was more or less undamaged. So we knew that we had to start with the core of our city and start rebuilding our tourism economy. And I talked about how we started that and how 5 years after we started to make progress with recovery from Katrina, we were met with another disaster, which was the BP oil spill. And then I talked a little bit more about how we managed through the BP oil spill up until now. So 10 years after Katrina, we're almost back to where we were for tourism numbers, and we've broken records on tourism spending.
Which is great to hear. What do you think were some of the key elements in the recovery process?
Key elements for us were really taking stock of what we could market, right? Like what was undamaged. We had to be honest about our condition, but we didn't have to be apologetic about it. We are New Orleans. So our campaign, the Forever New Orleans campaign, was very honest about the experience you would have when you come here. It wasn't going to be the most comfortable vacation you've ever had. We were actually even asking you to come and help us rebuild. But what we offered was an unforgettable experience, a sense of having participated in a historical moment in our city's history. And we're going to be having the same good time, good food, good music that we've always had, because that never went away. The core of New Orleans, even though the city flooded, 80% of it flooded, there was enough of the people and the culture still here that didn't go anywhere and never will, to make sure that visitors' experiences were going to be good, and they have been ever since.
And what kind of impact did it have on sort of the community and the operators? Do you think you have a stronger system now to move forward?
I think so. I think people who've chosen New Orleans, chosen to stay here through the bad times, have a sense of purpose, a sense of commitment and dedication that this city does not need to go back to the city that it was before Katrina hit. In many ways, we've made this city much better than it was when Katrina hit, and now we're forward looking. We're thinking about how to invent things in New Orleans that were never here before. So there's an energy here that wasn't here before Katrina. And I've got to add one more element that we really didn't have any control of. When the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl in 2010, that was a force multiplier, especially for media exposure. But it really put the city on the map and made people understand that we're a city of champions. Yeah, we've taken some hard hits, but we are an amazing place to come and visit. And I think the New Orleans Saints actually helped us promote that message.
Yeah, that coming from Canada, I mean that definitely came through there. Everybody was sort of rooting for the city, and and it was kind of sort of that manifestation of success, right? Like,
good,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to hear that, because sometimes I feel like that might be a home team perspective.
And everybody was rooting for you guys too on multiple levels, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here and for hosting our conference. It's great to be here, and I'm going to enjoy your city a little more.
Good. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the city. It's user friendly.